Yes. So if you look in front of you at the bill, in the agenda, it was sent off that there was only one future order, but there's actually two future orders. The second one is the apportionment of the Senate seats, just so you all know. So we'll begin this meeting with open forum. Would anyone like to utilize open forum? Okay, seeing none, we'll go to the approval of the minutes from last week's meeting. They were sent out electronically. Are there any corrections or questions about the minutes? All right, those will be approved and corrected. And we move on to reports from our officers, starting with us.
Hey all, I hope you all had a really good fall break and maybe got to take a trip to Baton Rouge. Good. Just a few things for me. I'll be working on the student experience work group with the strategic planning committee. So if there's anything that any of your committees are working on or that you're super passionate about that made you come to Auburn, feel free to shoot me a text or send me an email. So if you're me the things that I'm really driving home, I know a few weeks ago I got a feedback on that. But that's going to be the main 6 or 7 points that every time they ask what are students wanting, are those 6 or 7 things. So if you think of anything, please let me know. Another thing is I wanted to ask for feedback for people that might frequently travel this area, maybe can't travel this area, but what do y'all think about a sidewalk on Wire Road from KA/Bucks to the kinesiology building in the village? Nods, maps, safety concerns, yes.
Absolutely.
Frequently used, yes. And then any concerns headed into football this weekend, anything that y'all want me to relay that you might have had a problem with concessions, seating, insurance, etc. And then another thing that we had was we'll be doing the Beat Bama food drive collections at Halloween Senate. So y'all be looking forward to that. I think that y'all are going to be Juju, are they going to be competing against their committees?
Yeah, it's going to be broken out into committees and support staff.
Awesome. So if y'all have any old cans at your apartment or at your house, or if y'all just want to get about a Beat Bama food drive, we're going to do competitions within Senate and competitions within Cabinet. So it'll be super exciting. That's it for me. Y'all have a great day.
So not much for me. I kind of want to talk about a new initiative. I'm about to start the process of meetings. Just like anyone needs to be done for kind of a little shared partnership. In order to get more financial assistance for graduate and professional schools preparation. So in the beginning stages, what I'm going to do is work very closely with APA assessment to create Auburn answers poll or make final surveys. I'm definitely together specific material, which materials will be first in capital principal review, and yeah, once we get everything rolling, I know that the bookstore may be willing to one initiative, just based off the statistics. I'm going to do, of course, academic comparison, and look at questions.
Hey everyone, hope you had a good fall break. Only a few things for me today, but Hay Day is this Wednesday. So why don't you come out, grab a name tag, and celebrate this long and most cherished tradition that we have at Auburn, and just hang out. We'll also have campus green festivities from 10 to 2, and that'll include a meet and greet with the Eagle, as well as lunch and a pep rally. So we'd love to see you all out there. And then lastly, stay tuned for a rescheduled date for Breaking Barriers. I really appreciate your commitment and engagement with this, so I'll definitely keep y'all updated. But thank you all for a good week. Next report from the Neil, I brought some friends from freshman forum that are going to be Senate mentees for the year, and so I'm going to give them the opportunity to introduce themselves.
My name is Tony Jasso. I'm from Enterprise, Alabama. My major is mechanical engineering. I'm excited to be here.
Hey, I'm Adrian Mello. I'm from Birmingham, and my major is law and justice.
Hi, I'm Shay Kilmurray, and I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm majoring in psych.
Hey, my name is Kaylee Record, and I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm majoring in mechanical
We're so cute.
So these are y'all Senate mentees. They're so excited to be here. We're so excited to have them here. Their mentorship started, they got placed last week, and so I believe this is y'all's first Senate meeting. Oh my gosh, girl. Yay. Y'all please take the time to ask them questions, get to know them. They are so awesome, and we are just so excited. And then the only other thing for me is we're going to be having a Better Relations Day meeting at 7:15-ish on the back end of cabinet before Senate starts next week. So if you're coming to Better Relations Day, if you can come to Senate a little bit early for that meeting. Also come if we're going to be having like a spirit tunnel. I think this was on my report last week at 9 a.m. on Better Relations Day, so 9 a.m. on November 9th. If you have a 9 a.m. class, we can get you a full excuse if you want to come and be a part of that. And so if you plan on coming to that spirit tunnel, make sure you come early for that meeting as well. Thank y'all.
Excited to have you guys. Next, finally, a report from initiatives.
You guys, happy Monday. Not a whole lot for me this week. Thursday, we're having a meeting with Auburn Cares about putting a resource for sexual assault instances on syllabi. It's Ole Miss game week. Hopefully the Tigers can show out on Saturday. So wristband pickup for block will be Wednesday from 11 to 1 as always. And then shaker distribution is Friday at 3. And then Thursday, drum roll, 4-day Wellness Day. 9 a.m. Show up. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a great opportunity to showcase the student body, all the services that they have available to them. So we're really excited about that. It's something that the Health and Wellness community has been working really hard for in campus life. So yeah, show up. And then, as JD said, we're meeting with Dr. Godwin and Dr. Raleigh to discuss how we can move forward on our exact goal of more information upon class registration. So yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Next report, then we'll move on to our committee report starting with academic affairs.
Not much from academic affairs. Two things. Happy to be collaborating with our exec team in cabinet as we look into further pursuits around our financial support or any support that we can give towards our graduate students or people who are looking to invest in those pursuits. I've been doing some personal research on some other models at peer institutions around having a pre-law or your pre-med clarification allow you to enroll in a non-credit hour class that gives you access to pre-law, pre-med, or DAT resources while you pay your all-access fee. Prime example of what that look like, instead of paying $300 for 1 or 2 books, you pay your usual $99 all-access fee or whatever it may be on average, and that gives you more access to courses and different classes, like things like that, and different books, instead of spending all that money on one individual resource. So as I continue researching that, I'm getting feedback from Senate and other people throughout the time. Another thing is Michael is still coordinating with our Dean of Libraries to make sure that we can facilitate that walkthrough properly. When we get a final date and time on that, I will make sure that we share that with all of our Senate and Cabinet partners so that can be a well-attended event. And then another thing is on the syllabus portion, still trying to gather our final, not only our thoughts, but campus thoughts around what we really need to see in the syllabus, not only pre-registration, but also in the quality of it as well. I'm also looking to get involved within the conversations around syllabus bank too. So a lot of great things on academics, but that's all we have. Thank you.
Treadwell business. So we're kind of winding things down for the year. But our committee will be working primarily on carryover requests in the next couple of weeks. For those that need clarification, carryover requests are essentially made by SAPs to request that unused funds from their prior fiscal year be used in this current coming fiscal year. So our committee will just be reviewing those and passing those in the coming weeks. Thank you all.
Next report from Cole.
CLA, no report, but this time I'd like to motion to suspend the rules and move PSB 2310-1601 and PSSB 2310-1602 from future orders to current orders.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor of moving these future orders to current orders, please say aye and raise your hand. All not in favor, please say nay and raise your hand. Okay. These bills will be moved to current order. Next report from DEI.
Everybody in business, not much for me. Just a couple of things. Don came and spoke up here a couple of weeks ago about raising the minimum wage here at Auburn. If any of you would like to help in that effort, I know that him and Jake have started some benchmarking. So y'all just talk to Jake and hopefully y'all can get the benchmarking for the minimum wage efforts. I do want you guys to keep checking the door buttons to make sure they work and let me know if they don't. I'm starting the initiative to try and get some of the door buttons inside the student center for the bathrooms. So if any of y'all would like to help me with that, y'all just let me know. That's all for me. I hope you all have a good week.
Next report.
Going at large. So we just have a few things this week, not too much. Athletics, just continue to inform students that the OIT office will be increasing their efforts to prevent students from transferring their tickets. They're going to be cracking down on that a little bit more. Health and wellness. We had a meeting with Lady Cox this week regarding the telecounseling idea, and it was great, very informative. So our action items with that is we're going to be following up with SEPS and the Student Advisory Board for SEPS, as well as gathering feedback from students on the ultimate goal of consolidating a plan for the students' present needs when it comes to university counseling. Just seeing what we need to do as far as the gaps we need to fill as far as university counseling goes. And then dining. So on the 23rd, these cooler vending machines are being put in the forestry building, and they're going to be spreading throughout campus now. So it's kind of a more healthier option, food you can get through a vending machine that has a cooler. And then there's some updates coming with the student center. Lynn's, the smoothie place, is moving upstairs to where the old Starbucks was. And then Toro is moving, there's a Toro's sushi place that's moving to the blend spot, hopefully after Christmas break. And then also updated Costa coffee machines are coming to campus soon, and they'll have ice and other enhancements. And then parking, I think Eb and Jake have been concoursing last week and gathering feedback on the impact idea. But that's all we got. Thanks.
That concludes committee reports. Now we'll move into reports with liaisons.
This week, the Honors Congress is going to have a movie night on October 19th at 7 p.m. The Honors College is also hosting Fall Frenzy on Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m. Diversity and Honors is having a murder mystery event Friday at 6 p.m. And then Honors Serves is partnering with Creature Preserve and Nature Center to have some enchanted forest events on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Hey everyone, so this Wednesday, in this room at 5 p.m., OID is having a barbershop talk, and it's gonna have free haircuts for men and just like free food, conversations around mentorship. So I don't know like what haircut schedule is, but if you need a haircut, come Wednesday, it'll be lots of fun. Also, like payday is coming up this Wednesday as well, and so if you're comfortable, like just encouraging other people to maybe like write their name tag, or you can just like you can set an example and like write your name tag. That would be like really helpful just to make sure that like people feel comfortable with that kind of thing, and just making sure that that is like one of the practices as Auburn that we just like keep growing in. Our house volunteering this Friday, BSU is gonna be paying pumpkins for the children that we mentor there, so that's gonna be really fun. And then breaking barriers has been moved, like Maddie said, and moving forward, BSU would like to brainstorm with SGA ways that we breaking barriers, because personally I feel like, barriers should be broken like every day. Like that should just be like a one-time thing that we have here. Like we should always be looking for ways that we can kind of like break down these barriers so we no longer something like breaking barriers. So if any of y'all have any ideas like what we can do to kind of strategize, make it better, and just, not really have something like that anymore, that would be really helpful.
Now we'll go into current orders of business. The first current order of business is brought to you by Senator Owen.
Bill at large asks for the approval of the following: Anime Rahman, International Student Organization Liaison. It's a presentation, right? Yield my time to Anime Rahman.
I'll do a brief introduction of ISO and what ISO is, their mission, and the main goal of ISO is to increase the connectivity between the international and the domestic students. We want to promote is the multicultural environment that can be present here in the campus. So we actually do a lot of stuff throughout the years, mainly the social hours, peace dinner, world fair, and sometimes some sports tournaments we also organize. Especially the social hours is held here in this location every Friday. So you are always welcome to come and have a look, have some food, and also enjoy their culture. So our upcoming events are, we are having Nepalian, Korean, and also Iranian social hour in the coming weeks. And one of the major events this year will be held the peace dinner. That's on November 2nd. So you can RSVP using that QR code. You can attend and enjoy the food, and also some of the events that will be held during that time. How normally you can also get connected with ISO by joining the executive board or the council members. We normally have application opening every year. You can find that application forms in the AWIN. We want everyone to be connected, so hope you enjoy the connection by attending some of the events we do throughout the years. And I invite you to stay connected through our social media platform also. Thank you.
On this current order. Any debate? All right, seeing no debate, we'll go into a vote on the Canvas quiz. And again, if you go through the modules, it'll be very much easier.
That one up too.
Okay, the ayes have it, and this bill will be passed as written. Moving on to the next current order of business. This current order is brought to you by Senator Lee.
Sam, I ask for approval of the following. This is the spring 2024 elections timeline. So on Wednesday, Miss Auburn nominations will open, which is awesome, and this will be on AU Involved. And then on Wednesday, November 8th, campaign registration will open for all minor and major candidates, again, on AU Involved. Campaign registration is due on Thursday, November 30th at 4:45 p.m. And on Tuesday, January 30th, 2024 at 3 p.m. It's the greatest day of the year. That's when formal campaigning will begin, and we'll have joint kickoff between major candidates and minor candidates at that time at the Upper Quad Lodge. And then Friday, February the 2nd, from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. will be voting day. We'll have those great I voted stickers again. And this will be at the same old lobby link that it usually is, aub.ie/vote. Make a motion, pass this bill as written.
Is there a second? Is there any debate? All right, saying no debate, we'll move into a vote. Ayes have it, and this bill will be passed as written. Moving on to the final current order of the night, brought to you by Senator Marino.
Marino business. I ask for approval of the following for the 2024-2025 Senate term. These are just the apportionments. I got this data from the Office of the Registrar. Basically, the only thing that's changing is engineering, unfortunately, is losing a seat, and CLA is gaining a seat. I'm going to pass this bill written.
There you go.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there moved and seconded, is there any debate? Yes.
General business, just a point of inquiry. Why is it that certain numbers are rounded up and others are not?
We can't have 29 seats allotted to give to each college, so 5 are removed for at-large. We have 34 seats total, 5 are removed for at-large, and 1 is removed for graduate school. So basically the math, just we have to divide 31,000, that big number, by 28 seats, which leaves about 1,100 students per seat. So those are just divided, the total number of students is divided by that 1,100 number. So we can't have 29 seats to give, so that's just how the math played out.
I believe it's because 4.61 is closer to a whole script of 5.56. That's why it's
Remember too, so it might just be a data thing, it might be a code of laws question. But if we are including graduate school numbers in our spread to calculate the number of senators raw, why do we give them their own senator? Why don't we give them more senators in graduate school and include that sum as one? Does that not produce better data? Maybe my business people could help me out with math. I just think that something's being double counted somewhere or not counted enough.
There's a graduate student senate, and so since we're the undergraduate student senate, it's just there's one graduate seat, if that makes sense, instead because they have their own senate.
So if there's a graduate school senate, then why include them in our senate numbers?
So that we can have their opinion.
But we already give them one. I'm talking about what's our metric there? Is there one? Is it common? Is it antiquated? Does it have a number value?
The question is concerning the graduate school senator.
I'm just wondering.
It's why are they not included in like the apportionment numbers?
They are included in the apportionment.
But there's not.
Oh, like why is
numbers
set aside?
Why is it set aside?
Anytime you have all the numbers going into the number of raw senators, we're taking the undergraduate enrollment and the graduate enrollment. We also we give graduate enrollment a whole seat on the bottom. I'm not saying there's a problem with any of that. I'm trying to see how can we not double count numbers, or what do we use to kind of levy out the two? Because in my opinion, if we're going to give graduate school the proper representation that they need, we're going to rank them as their own entity, why not pull their numbers raw? But if we're not going to do that, then why give them an individual seat and include them in the other numbers to level out the proportions of the numbers of seats needed by calculating from the numbers of senators raw?
Basically, it's why is the graduate school raw numbers not in the calculation of the apportionment?
They are calculated in the number for apportionment.
But the number of students isn't on.
Where are you seeing that?
Well, there's those seats are removed from apportionment numbers. That's what the Office of the Registrar told me.
Point being correct, debate. We call it debate now. So another number was just handed to me. So there are 6,100 graduate students enrolled, and they only get one seat. So I'm just wondering if I don't want to amend the bill, but at the same time, I don't want to pass the bill because the math isn't making sense. So that's really a point of debate.
I think with this bill, saying that the graduate students within each college are not represented is kind of getting masked. We're taking into account the number of graduate students in each college, and the reason that we have the number of senators is because we're representing the undergrads and the graduate students, right? That's why they're being counted to get the number of senators for each college. The graduate school has, in addition, another representative to represent them in the Senate, in addition to all of us, because we represent an entire college, not just the undergrad, we represent the graduate students as well.
Further debate?
But based on my perspective, adding grad students with the undergrad to make a calculation for the numbers of senates, it will affect some colleges. Normally, this undergrad senates, although grad school has its own senate, but most issues that are discussed here are more undergrad. And increase the numbers of graduate students here is like, I don't see any reason for it. But one is okay, as to make it representative is better. But increasing the numbers, because most issues discussed here is mainly grad students. Or just in order not to affect the other numbers, like for example, like engineering, they have 1,170 grad students, and that is added up with the undergrad, and it will affect the numbers of the senators here. Then one can say if the numbers of the grad students can, 6,000, but there's a seats for them. It's better than including them in the calculations and affect other departments also. Yeah.
And going off that point, that only really comes into play when you have prime example business with 994, engineering with 897. Like these larger numbers of enrollment by individual college, technically they're separate. So I'm trying to figure out what's our common theme, and I just want to answer that question. I'm just confused on the common themeality of how we produce these numbers and how they result back to the bottom line of our percentage. Jamie, do you know about that?
I'm trying to look in the Constitution. I'm pretty sure the Constitution outlines that there shall be a graduate school or a graduate senator. I think the question here is, why do we have a graduate senator and are also accounting for graduate enrollment? You all represent the entirety of your colleges. This is not the undergraduate senate. This is the entire student senate. The graduate school senator ensures that there is a voice for the graduate students in this, but also it's in the Constitution. I'm just trying to find out the line.
On that point, great point that you mentioned that. So VCOM, pharmacy, and veterinary medicine are graduate programs.
Professional schools.
Or professional programs.
Yeah, BCom is completely separate from.
Professional programs, where technically most graduate schools are professional programs, depending on what you get. Are professional programs, and they have their own Senate allocation as well. So that theme can be also applied to their programs as well, to their schools. And does graduate school have a dean?
Yes.
Oh, so they're a college?
No.
No, but they have a dean?
They have a dean of the graduate school.
Okay, but they have a dean. I think that they're their own separate academic entity. I'm just trying to figure it out. Make it make sense to me.
Point of clarification, on CLA. I don't believe the Constitution, looking at it right now, has anything about.
Yes, it is.
I can't find it right now, but the code does mention that apportionment of the senators comes from Code of Laws Committee, and then it has to be approved 2 weeks prior to the first day candidates can declare their candidacy. So I believe there was a problem with the way we structured our senators. We probably should have brought this up beforehand, because I think at this point it's a little bit too late.
Well, campaign registration doesn't open until November 8th, which is 3 weeks away. So technically.
Well, then I guess we can address it this week, but.
Well, nominations open this week, which is different than campaign registration.
Okay.
It still gives us that 2 week gap, if I'm correct.
I'm just saying, if we don't have a solution in a week, then.
For the record, I think we should pass this bill.
Gotcha.
But moving forward, I would love to see collaborative efforts looking at the Constitution and how we go about looking at apportionment. I think in order for due process and for us to have a continuous government process, we need to pass it. But after this week, I would love to continue conversations around how apportionment works, what those numbers look like, and if there's a conclusion to be made, then a potential of a bill being brought back across this floor before all of that starts in like 4 weeks. That was smart. Pass the bill.
Is there any other debate? Okay, if there's no further debate, we'll move into a vote.
Codes. Isn't the code law in the Constitution? The Constitution regulates. It's in the Constitution. Avoid last question.
I have it, and this bill will be passed as written. That concludes our future and current orders. Really quickly, we have a quick announcement from Jamie and, okay.
I know I mentioned in last Senate beforehand about wind shape, and I think John David Jones kind of gave y'all a rundown on it. We've already kind of picked the people who will be representing SGA. So congrats, Kara. She's not here, but she's representing Senate. Yay, Kara. If you still want to go or interested in going, there's still opportunities for you to participate in wind shape or participate in a program related to wind shape. Again, it's at this beautiful mountain resort in the middle of the mountains in Georgia, and they feed you every 90 minutes. There's lots of fun leadership related things. So if you really, really are dying to go and you're thinking, oh man, Kara's got that spot. Kara's an amazing leader, and so are all of you. So if you're still interested in going, just come talk to me and we'll get you maybe an interest form if you feel like going. It's in December. It's like the 13th through 16th, I think. 13th or 15th, yep. And it's free to all Auburn students, so.
Thank you. Thank you all for some friendly, fun debate tonight. Really quickly, I have a good announcement, so y'all stay. So next week we're going to have SOYO, because we stole that from Cabinet because they did COYO. It's going to be Senate on your own. I know that you'll have a lot of projects that you want to get working on, but we're coming towards the end of the year. Not the end of your term, we still have till February. But I just want to give you all time to be able to work on things. It'll be within your committees. And the way that we'll do attendance is your committee head will send a picture of all of y'all to us, to Lucy and I on text message. So a picture of all of y'all, wherever y'all go to dinner, hang out, doesn't have to be any kind of formal meeting, but just like get working on things and just take an hour just to really like focus on the things that you want to focus on, things that you want to get done. With that being said, we won't be meeting next week, but the following week is Senate Halloween. So also a great time to get your costumes together with your committees and get your cans too. Maybe it's a trip to Walmart for your SOYO. Also next week, I'm going to be sending a sign-up form. If you want to, this is not mandatory at all, but it can be counted as your involvement hour for next week. We're going to do Senate volunteering at Campus Kitchen. There can be 5 to 6 volunteers per time slot. So I'll send it out and just fill it up, 5 to 6 volunteers, please. Please sign up for it. I think it'll be a great way for us to bond and give back to the community. So that's all. Now you call it.